Okay, hello and welcome to the Weight Loss Show. I'm happy to be here talking to you. The Weight Loss Show is here to help you access the information that supports your healthy, sustainable weight loss transformation starting today. So I'm Dr. Julie Wilkening. I'm a chiropractor and certified strength and conditioning specialist and the owner of the Habit Change Lab. And I'm here to talk with you about some important topics on weight loss. So I bring together some of the best and brightest on dynamic topics around what you can do to get a hold of the mindset, the food, and the energy, everything around your health and losing weight. So this episode today is called Health and Fitness Maintenance When Traveling or When Life Goes Chaotic. I've got a special guest, and it's Julia Hickman with me here. She's going to talk about this topic, and I'm very excited to dive into it. And just a disclaimer that just make sure that you check in with your doctor or medical provider before starting any program, and this is just meant to be information for you. Okay, so good to have you here. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Dr. Julie. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. So really this topic about when life gets chaotic and maintaining your health and fitness is important because women think they have to either be all in or all out. Women think workouts need to be really hard, like 40 minutes or more in order to count and to make something work. And women think they need to cut carbs to see results. And it just gets really sad about, kind of what we do to ourselves. So you want to listen into this interview. If you find yourself in this position or you've rolled into this position here and there, because my friend Julia Hickman has some really great tips to share today. So you're going to learn why hitting pause is better than hitting stop, and how to work out smarter and not harder, which is what everybody wants, right? To get some results in less time, and why cutting carbs can be dangerous and what to do instead. So let me just talk to you about Julia while she's here. She is a wife and mom to an almost 4-year-old little boy named Frankie, and she's a lifestyle and online fitness coach helping time-crunched women avoid the overwhelm of maintaining a fit and healthy lifestyle by providing quick and effective workouts and simple recipes in a private Facebook community. Support and accountability, women that she works with learn that there's setbacks, but no such thing as failing in creating a fit and well lifestyle. So Julia's first coaching experience was while attending college, where she became a volunteer body sculpting trainer for a semester during her sophomore year. And she initially wanted to study business so that she could learn how to run and operate her own gym. The business degree came in handy, although she did not become a traditional business owner. And this past fall, she finally took the plunge to launch her online training business. And after having done it in person for a few years, so she could really get better in helping her clients with transformations that they were seeking in health. And now being a marathoner, it has taught Julia that resilience and patience are great skills to have in life. And as a runner, she has even qualified for the Boston Marathon next spring. So she's currently running a new type of marathon, and that may be something she wants to touch into, but it's with her health. And so she's got lots of experience and passion to be at her best. You can dive more into Julia's work and what she teaches by going to www.thepetitefashionista, that's FASTINISTA. So I'll put that link by this video. Or you can go to her Facebook page, which is facebook.com/thepetitefashionista. And thank you again for joining me, Julia. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great.
It's always so nice to listen to. It's kind of funny listening about yourself, but then it's like, oh, it's kind of nice hearing about how this all started. So thank you for that.
Yeah. It kind of reminds you when you hear your own story, like, oh yeah, I'm pretty awesome. So, we talked about some of the problems, about, women overtraining and all that. And I know you're very into fitness, but I'm curious, like, how did you get into all of this, or what inspired you to start helping women with this problem, or helping them get fit and healthy?
Yeah, I think it all really started when I was still a kid. I did a little bit of running. I was on the track team for a little bit, but my mom worked long hours. She was a single mom, so I didn't really have time to dedicate to being a runner while I was in school. But there was always that interest in physical activity and fitness and wellness. And when I got to college, I had the opportunity to be a volunteer in our gym at Rider University. And that was really my first taste in helping others. So kind of sharing my own passions and my own, things that I really valued, which was like being fit and being well,
Mm-hmm.
and helping others embrace a little bit of that. And at that point, I was like, oh, well, maybe I could open up my gym one day. So, I'm gonna study business, but it didn't work out that way. I ended up going into marketing and retail. But after years later, after I met my husband, I renewed my love for running. I started actually signing up for races, which I had up until that point I've run on my own, but just never done any competitions. So I got into running again, and then we started doing CrossFit together. So I became a CrossFit coach. I became a running coach, and once I learned that I was pregnant and that my job was not going to allow me to have a flexible schedule, we made the decision that I was going to quit my job and stay home with our son. But that really was like the inspiration to be like, okay, well, now is my time where I can actually do something that I want to be doing on my own terms and not working for somebody else. So I started, at first, I continued coaching at CrossFit a little bit more. And then eventually I branched off into doing my own thing when that didn't really work out. And I just started out with a group of small women coming to my house. And I saw that just like me, they were having a hard time getting to, I found it harder and harder to get to the CrossFit gym with a newborn, with a little infant. And these women were facing similar issues with their small kids or busy husbands or even with their own work schedules. So I said, maybe I should really think about offering an online service so that they could get more support, because coming to see me once a week was not going to cut it. It was not really going to transform them. Yes, it was going to give them some sanity, but for the people who were really looking for bigger transformations, that was not going to really cut it for them. So I decided to not really worry about whether this business idea was going to work out or not. And I just said, hey, you know what? I have some people who want this and who need this. Let me just try it with them and see where it goes. And so that's really how it all started last fall. I launched my Fashionista online studio, and I've helped many women now with losing body fat and losing inches and just feeling more confident and feeling healthier again.
That's awesome. So I'm curious, the website name, or your business name, Fashionista. So it definitely includes some food work there too. But we're probably not going to dive into all that today. I'm sure there's a lot of juicy stuff you have behind the scenes. That's probably what you're alluding to there as well, right?
Actually, well, the funny story about Fashionista was the name actually, I started my Instagram account first before I did anything in Facebook or anything. And I had gotten this shirt from an aunt, and it was like a Nike shirt, and it said uncatchable Fashionista. So it was like a play on words for like somebody who wanted to be a fast runner, but fashionista, so Fashionista.
Okay.
So I'm like, I really like this. It's cute, and it's it fits.
Okay.
So that's how Fashionista started. But you're not incorrect where there is some in certain cases
Yeah.
I do see that doing some type of fasting is beneficial. So that
Okay.
it also fits there.
Yeah, I totally got it wrong then.
Not completely,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it makes sense since you're a runner. That's really cute. So let's dive into some of the tips we're going to talk about today. So first, you tell me what you mean by why hitting pause is better than hitting stop with your health and fitness.
yes. So I think that there's been this message in the fitness and diet industry where we have to always be on. It has to be all this extremeness all the time. And the reality is, as women and mothers, we have these seasons in our lives when things are just crazy, whether it's, we have a newborn, we have, some people have multiple kids, somebody gets sick, there's business, business growing things going on, or career things going on. And sometimes there's weeks where we can't be as healthy as we want to be. We either can't do our workouts, or we can't be doing our meal planning and eating as healthy as we want to be. And what I say is, hey, you might not hear this from most trainers. Most trainers are going to tell you, you know what, you just got to suck it up and keep going. But you know what? I've been in that situation myself, and sometimes you do have to just hit pause. You have to allow yourself rest. I always say, especially when you have kids who are not sleeping, sleep is so important. I would totally tell somebody to focus on their sleep and then worry about workouts and all that other stuff later on. So yeah, I'm a little probably unconventional there, where I tell people, it's okay to hit pause sometimes, but just please don't hit stop and end it there. Know that, things do get better. There's always change in our lives. And you had one bad week, it doesn't mean that every single week after that is going to be bad. You can certainly, get back to it. But it's so much harder to start over again, having stopped for so long and then trying to get back on it, than if you just hit pause for, a couple days and then you sort of inch your way back to it. So that's sort of my philosophy there, where it doesn't have to be always so go. It's okay to pause. It's okay to rest and take time for.
So that's really the gray area in between, saying no or yes. It's saying this is what has to happen for it to work for me, especially if you have little kids or if you have some health condition or something that's keeping you down. There's times where you can't listen to what everybody else, even a trainer, is telling you. You have to almost listen to your body. And, that's why I think it's great that you have an online forum, because that's perfect for people to talk to or look at least what you're doing, what other people are doing, and keeping it in mind. But I think you always have to keep with what's going on with yourself. And what can I do? They're doing this little bit of this. Maybe I can do some of that. Maybe I have to do it at home. Maybe I can't go to the class today, or can't run outside, or whatever it is. There's a lot of gray area, it seems, in between. So is there, with the women that you work with, is there any particular tip that you give them when you discuss this type of pause for them? Is there something that you tell them, like, just do this? That you find that maybe comes up often?
Yeah, I usually, depending on whatever is going on in their lives. So, like I mentioned, sometimes when if the issue is sleep, then I always say focus on sleep. If the issue is something like work or business is really, really crazy, I tell them, okay, can you find little pockets in your day where you could just do 5 minutes of this, 5 minutes of that, and then at least you're still doing a little bit of something. So you're still getting in some movement, you're still getting your heart rate up a little bit without completely, just kind of not doing anything at all. So it's figuring out exactly what they need and finding the gap and kind of like find little compromises that they could do with themselves.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. So, and I know this is such an important one. I've talked to ladies who, they're working out too hard, like they're just working out all the time. And it's like at some point, take a break and breathe, let your body heal. So I know that you talk about how to work out smarter and not harder, and in less time. Can you talk a little bit more about that with us?
Sure. I think there's, again, my little gripe with the industry sometimes is that people think that they have to work out for 40 minutes or an hour, or they have to do the super intense stuff, and that's the only way. They're only really thinking about how many calories can I burn? Do I need to get all my, 20,000 steps a day? And yes, burning calories is important. It's definitely an important part of the puzzle when it comes to fat loss and weight loss. But we also need to be thinking about what else our bodies need. So yes, it's important to get some of that higher intensity stuff on our schedule, in our routine, but it needs to be mixed in with other things as well that will benefit our bodies. And I'm really big on core connecting and core strengthening workouts, and all the workouts that I offer are about 20 minutes or a little bit under. And the thing is consistency, right? Like if you are working out really hard once a week or twice a week, you're probably not doing not that much good anyway. And then same thing, if you're working out like so intensively every single day, you're not allowing yourself to, you're not allowing your body to get the rest that it needs for recovery and for actually improving. So that's what I try to teach the women who come to me, is that it doesn't have to be super long, super intense all the time. We do want a little bit of that in there as well. But by having some variety and by focusing on just consistency over time, rather than just like how much long can I go for, and either, some people either work out too intensively or some others work out too long, but not like the opposite end, like it's just like the mindless cardio. So thinking about like the purpose for your workouts is important.
Definitely. Yeah. And I like that, that you talked about frequency, because that's really going to do it, right? It's almost like getting a habit for your body. So your body will, mold to that new physique that you're working on. But if you just hit it once a week, twice a week, because you had to go big or go home, well, first of all, you might injure yourself, and then it probably won't be getting you the results that you're looking for.
Yes.
Finding that frequency is I think that's a great idea. Okay, that is cool. So then when we get to food, we're going to talk about, or you want to talk about why cutting carbs can be dangerous and what to do instead of that.
Yeah. Well, I get so many questions on what should I be eating? Should I be doing keto? Should I be doing paleo? And it's not usually something that I could say to somebody unless I'm having like a one-on-one conversation. And I'm not a dietitian, so I can't be telling people exactly what to be eating. But also, what people don't realize is that there's carbs in so many things. There's carbs in fruit, there's carbs in vegetables. So to think that you need to be eating zero carbs is actually incorrect, because our bodies do need carbs. And especially the more active that we are, if we're runners, if we do a lot of high intensity things, our bodies are probably going to require more carbs than people who are doing things they're not quite as intense. So again, it's about kind of learning what works for your body, and not worrying so much about what can I take out, but what should I be focusing, like what should I be adding in, what should I be focusing on more, to get the results that I want. And it's funny because I have the women I work with closely do food journals for a few weeks, just so I can kind of see like what they're eating, and then I can give them some tips on improvements that they can make. And one of the major things that I find is that they're usually not eating enough. They're not snacking enough, and that's what causes them to crave the sugary, carby stuff late at night. Is they're not eating enough during the day. So yeah, and cutting out carbs, like things like keto, missing out on some of those nutrients, it can be really detrimental to your health. So again, it's just about learning to take a bird's eye view on what you're doing and seeing what you can improve on, because sometimes it doesn't have to be about taking out so many things. It could just be like focusing on better substitutions, and maybe even adding some things that your body might need, like healthy fats.
Definitely. Yeah, that's great that, not everything all at once either. I mean, usually if someone wants to lose weight, I don't know if you've had people come up to you and so they want to exercise and then go low carb. And then, sometimes that ends up being, very low carb. And there is just, a workup process sometimes, I would, to get there. And so it's not great to just cut it all out. And, for your long-term success, it's helpful to think of what's sustainable. And if you're going to be working out, like it sounds like you really help people with that workout routine and get fit. And I know I've looked at your page, you look very fit. So you are spot on with all that. So you probably have a lot of tips that you're helping people with that. And so just getting involved with that, I mean, you need some carbs to get your health, on track, especially usually after workouts.
Right.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much. I know you've probably got, you're really helping people, I'm sure. It's almost like being a best friend with good knowledge about health. I'm sure they're on your Facebook page. So let's just kind of sum up what we talked about in the show today. So we talked about why hitting pause is better than hitting stop. So really good for women who are challenged in their health, which could mean that you're not getting enough sleep, could mean because you have younger kids, and then how to work out smarter and not harder and in less time. So not doing those long bouts of cardio if it's not something you are seeking or desire or you're ready for. Sometimes that, and depending on your goals, that might not be the right thing for you, as Julia was talking about. And why cutting carbs can be dangerous and what to do instead. So we discussed all these good topics, and thank you for being here with me. Now, I know you've got an offer for everybody, because you may be wondering how you can get a little bit more in on the information with Julia Hickman. So you can get more on her health and fitness work by actually going into her free group where she works with other women. So she has a free Facebook group full of, it's called the Fit Femmes Tribe, where you can grab a free meal plan right away. So you just go to facebook.com/groups/FitFemmes101. And I'll give the link right down here as well. So that free meal plan just gives ideas about what to eat to clean up your diet without restricting yourself. So we don't want to be eating not enough. Like Julia said, I mean, why would we want to do that? Why would we want to make life harder? So you want to eat well, and so that meal plan is going to help with that. It's well worth a check-in, so go to that page and get in her group. So thank you so much for being here with me, and I'm very appreciative of the tips that you shared today.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Julie. It was nice to chat and talk about some of these important things.
Awesome. So just a reminder, well, actually, do you have anything else, for the woman who maybe has the little kids or has a hard time, sorry, my dog is scratching herself over here, For the woman who has a hard time like getting into gear with fitness or making things happen, or her health seems to be a little off, do you have any words for that woman?
Yes, it's to really think about why you're looking to make an improvement in your health or your physique, whatever it is. Because most of the time it's usually not just, oh, I want to lose a few pounds. Usually there's something deeper. It's, you know what, I want to look good when I go out with my husband. I want to look good when I go out with my girlfriends. I want to feel confident again. I'm in my mid 30s, or I'm about to turn 40, or my mid 40s, whatever it is, and I finally want to feel confident. I've never been that confident, and now is my time. There's usually some kind of feeling like that really takes somebody to make that commitment into themselves and to make that a priority. So think about what could drive you, what could push you to make yourself a little bit more of a priority, and to make goals and celebrate little goals to improve your health, to improve your well-being.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, and just a reminder of Julie Hickman's free group. You get a free meal plan right away, and she's there to support women who want fitness and don't want to. She's not going to bring you to a hardcore boot camp where there's no out. you're gonna get supported in getting the results that you want. So you can go to her Fit Femmes Facebook group with the free meal plan, and that would be going to facebook.com/groups/FitFemmes101. And again, thank you for being with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Dr. Julie. Bye, everyone.
Bye.